Hey everyone, Cynics here, and it is time for part 2 of our Dragon Design Lab. So it seems we got around 111 submissions, which is once again crazy, and this thing just keeps growing. So hopefully I can get through them all. I'm kind of having to soldier through it a bit because I have a post-convention cold and I've been sick lately. But hopefully I'll be able to recover just in time to get a new cold next week when I go to Anime Expo. But anyway, let's look at the submissions. So I'm sorry if I have to run through these graduation style. First up, we have Goy. He's got like this really creepy, spidery looking face. And then we have, let's see, Hamumi. I think I remember that name from last time. This design over here is pretty interesting. Bird-like dragons. Kind of reminds me of something you might see in like Dark Crystal or something with that kind of weird nose and the furriness and stringy hair. Next up is Lemon TXD, and it looks like this dragon loves to eat jellyfish. Here is Sin with a feathered wyvern. And next we have Dragons by Jade. I'll just say Jade. Some interesting stuff. Very swampy, watery dragon. That's probably the best one I'm seeing here. Here is Wagner D with some good silhouettes going on. Looks like basically the standard types of dragon, although this one has no arms or wings. Here is E flat, number 4, Sea Dragon. I think E flat actually gave a bunch of submissions, so you'll be seeing that name a few times. Sorry Bad Camera, some sketches by Imperfect Defect. A few very flowing designs by Nick Wingard. I kind of like this natural flowiness to his composition here. Something more mechanical looking by The Old Ben. And here's a loose one with no name, so we'll just put a little N in A. You could be no name A. And next up is, I think that says Durag 25, or there's like 3 names. Gibbons, Durag. Something from my biggest fan, 037. I actually like this leafy, flowery inspired one over here. It's probably the most original. And here are some derp guns by Wecker. I can't quite read the name on this one, so we'll just say JVS, and that could be the reference name for that one. Kyle Bearlocker has this spidery looking dragon thing, which is probably gonna give me nightmares. Next up, we have Bear Dragon by Arcane Raven, and I guess it's just a bear with some dragon wings. That's okay, let's get grizzly. Now I think the name on this one is ZK, and these are some nice looking concepts. Even this one down here that's just kind of nice and simple and goofy looking is pretty nice. But he's got some really organic looking shapes going on. Here are a few designs by a Heart Doc. Next up is Gilham-san, and I'd say this silhouette down here, number 3, has some potential for like a wing silhouette. Here are a few different designs by Matthias Ha. Here we have Mygo with his Sky Champion, and after that we have something by, I want to say J Spark. Is that a J? J Spark, and he's got this rideable dragon over here, which kind of looks like a Tyrannosaurus, but I really like the face on it. It's got that nice jaw, and even the saddle's kind of interesting for your dragoons and lancers and whatnot. And anyway, after that we have a Chameleon Dragon by Nimka, and I really like that little subsurface scattering colorful wing effect he did up here in his quick little color study. And after that, we have something by Lude Ooze, one of our Design Lab All-Stars, and he's got a few different designs here. I don't know if they're quite as strong as some of his mechanical stuff, but there's definitely some interesting ones. I would say 4 is probably the strongest? I don't know. It's hard to say. I like 4. And here we have Quan Yip with a few different designs. 5 different designs? No, 4 different designs. These are the same one. One's just in flight. I keep selecting the wrong layer. And after that, we get Maya, who even sounded out their name because they're friendly like that. So a very naturey forest dragon. Lots of like greenery, and you get the impression that it's just made out of earth and soil and grassiness. Here we have Cowheap with a few different themed designs, and it looks like the second one changes its color, so that's kind of interesting. And next up is Cat Saliva, and let's see, after that we have Artem Borisov with some dragons. Some interesting kind of traditional, but I like the mix of colors he has going on. And here is something by CX Artist, who gave us a nice little bevy of different designs. And in fact, this is an interesting one down here, number 4. It only has 2 limbs, and those limbs are its legs, and it looks like its gliding source. So that's kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever quite seen a design like that, so that's a unique one to me. Here we have some more themed designs from Machine Abuse. Went with the animal themes. So here's a mosquito inspired one along with a squid and a koi inspired one. So that's a good way to get new ideas. And here we have a very alien Geiger-esque looking dragon by Tekun Tan. And after that we have something by IE, a few different designs. And next up is Fusobotic, who's got 6 different designs. He's even got this little pyro guy down here. That's pretty much just a play on Dragon's tendency to shoot fire. Here are some clean-looking designs by Jarek Illigan. You guys certainly have some unique sounding names. And here is Stephen Moore with a few different designs. This one's over here is kind of interesting. Actually, they're all pretty interesting. They're very nature-y inspired. This one's kind of like a frog with its little limbs and stuff. So that's one I haven't seen before. Loudline gives us a bird dragon on one side and a bioluminescent see-through dragon on the other side. I like the creative style on this one, but it doesn't seem to have a name, so we'll just go with NNB, No Name B. Some designs here by Timo Bloom. And after that, we have some white on black designs by Zach KKADZ. Looks like they're very elemental based. I like this one's fuzziness. And next up is Dragons by Fatmo Skank. that's an interesting name. I don't know. There's some interesting stuff on this page. There's a super long one wrapped around a mountain top, and I think I like this chubby one down here just for fun, but that's me. And we have a dragon toad and a dragon snail, so you guys are just finding ideas everywhere. And this one's by Edom. Edom? I'm just gonna say Edom. Here is Dare00, bringing it back to the green with a kind of traditionalish dragon. Although I don't know where the legs went on that one. Dear Cynics, his wings are similar to a spider's web. You guys seem to love spiders, and I hate spiders. Play lol. So that's a very interesting kind of face and general design, though. It's definitely unique. AF, I guess that's AF. There could be a C there. I'm just gonna say AF. AF gives us this kind of ladybug-inspired dragon. So you guys are full of insects today. Next up, some dragon thumbnails by Marker Inc. And I kind of like that you gave them these kind of googly eyes with the little pupils and everything. It seems like a very Netherlandsian thing to do, maybe. I don't know. It seems appropriate for some reason, but I like it. Travis Rossignol gives us this interesting concept here. It looks like the dragon actually blows fire into its own underneath its own belly, I should say, and produces its lift that way and flies up into the air like a hot air balloon. So that's an interesting concept all around. And here we have Flock. He gives us a very strange looking dragon. Kind of reminds me of something you would see in a weird D&D book or something. Sora looks like he has a pretty finished design for us with this dragon face. It's nicely detailed. I like it all around. This seems like it would be a good piece to put in your portfolio, Sora, so good job with that. Here are some interesting dragony creatures by, I think that's an ML. Gonna say ML on that one. And art is his passion gives us a mix of designs based on insects and wolves. So that's interesting. Kind of has a luck dragon vibe to it. Next up, we have AF again. I think we've seen that name before. Another mix of designs. This one feels very, I don't know, Alien Queen inspired, maybe? Saibu here is bringing us a jellyfish dragon, so that's another idea I would have probably never have thought of. And here we have Christian RA with kind of a standard fiery looking red dragon. And here are some thumbnails by, I don't know if that's a Veen? Carlos Velasquez, we'll say. Here's a seemingly giant alien dragon by Ragdoll Ralph. I appreciate you liking the show. It's always nice to hear. A few solid designs here by Raihin. And next up, I'm Home, who has a coral reef dragon, which is nice and colorful. Obviously, there'd be a lot of fun in making, something colorful like that. Oh, and look how happy it is underwater. It's so unhappy on the mountain. And here is some good dragon stuff by Hans Ram. And Fisk Pudding coming through again with some interesting designs. I think that says Anal Dragon. No, that says Anna. Anna did a dragon design. I'm sorry, Anna. And we have Gregor Carey. And these are actually pretty good. This one up here. Number 1 up here. Number 2. These are pretty solid. I like how simple the lines are, like the design. Just kind of the face of everything. Very cartoony, but very simple. And here is some stuff by Tamiris PP, who is also someone that's been following the show for a while. So I like these. These are very mechanical looking. I don't know if you needed all this shading around your design because it kind of distracts from the design itself. You gotta really show the silhouette and make it stand out. And here is something by Templar Zetar. I think that's what it says. Kind of looks mechanical, kind of looks like a Mauser to me, but that's okay. It's definitely a strange one. And next up we have a photograph, and I don't think there was a name on this one, so you get to be NNC, no name C. After that we have another one by E Flat. Looks like this was the first one he did because it has a 1, a 2, and a 3 on it. And next up, we have the Centipedon by Josh K. Not to be confused with the human Centipedon. But the wings on this one feel a bit weird, but I like the idea with all the little legs and things. You probably could have carried the centipede idea even further with the face. I feel like centipedes have a very unique face, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't know. So next up, we have Jazzman with a mixture of designs. And then Insect Dragon, Wood Dragon by Divine Stain. And that's a creepy looking dragon over here. I think I like the second one a little bit more. Just because it feels more, I don't know, alive and everything. And after that we have Tim, whose deviant art is Tim Un. And these are actually good. I like these ones, so I'll wait for a second while I look at these. This one over here just has a nice, completed feel to it, and so does this one, actually. So these feel very solid, very completed, and very lifelike and fun. And after that, we have some very line-looking designs by Sito. Sito, you even sounded it out for me. And it looks like it flips itself around with tail propulsion, so that's an interesting idea for a flying creature. You normally see that in little, I don't know, microscopic things. Pencil Tip Red has a few designs for us, and I think I am slowly losing my voice, so I'm going to try to hurry up and get through as many of these as I can. Gregory Majid, Super Lefty World, ooh, a lava dragon, Tortoise Island Dragon. Those are two interesting ideas. I like the colors on those. On the one. Oh, here's Gregory Majid again with some more finished designs. So this looks a little more complete. I like these designs more than the last image, which was just a quick one. Slightly interesting. And next up, we have something by Daniel. Looks kind of fuzzy, kind of like a griffin. kind of simple, kind of colorful. And Drackle gives us a Bat Dragon. I think we've seen like a couple people try Bat Dragons. This one looks very smug and furry. So that's kind of what you want from a Bat Dragon. Has a very batty face. Bat Dragons are kind of like luck dragons, I guess. They'll be the luck dragons. I didn't see that many people do things that were specifically luck dragons, so Bat Dragons are close. Here's some designs by DMick109 at DA. That's his DeviantArt name, DMick109. I wish I could kind of read these better, but they kind of read. You might want to like mess with your levels a bit just so they really pop off the page. But this one over here actually looks kind of nice. And here is a little tiny lizard guy with wings by Bonjo. This just looks like anything. I think I have one of these in my backyard, actually. I've seen him flying around back there. No, maybe he doesn't have wings, but it looks like a pretty basic lizard. And Nara Moro has a few designs for us. Let's see, what do we got? This one's like an angler fish, so I guess he could be like an angler dragon, but he's kind of cute and interesting. And I like the blue flames that these guys are blowing off everywhere. It's kind of crazy. This one has an interesting face to it. Kind of a weird mixture of Asian and American styles. Actually, I take that back. I like number 3 the most. Number 3 is my favorite just because he looks so goofy and like doofy. He's got like antlers and a big fat tail. So that's my favorite on the page. And here's more stuff by Tamiris PP. Is that the same Tamiris PP? I feel like the other Tamiris PP wrote their name differently, but it's got to be the same person, right? So Vote for Me by Tamiris PP. Campaigning for Themselves. And VTech has a very tiny little handheld dragon, it looks like. And after that we have I Love Pandas, who did some black and white designs. Here are a couple similarly faced dragons by Undercurrent 32. I think the flying one's slightly more interesting just because he has this interesting giant tail and stuff. Feels more dragony, although this one I guess could be dragony too. He just feels kind of, I don't know, lifeless or lazy. And after that we have E flat number 9. You're just all over the place. This one actually looks more like a griffin more than a dragon. So if someone was like, what kind of animal is that? It needs to at least slightly read like a dragon. And this one just kind of comes across like a griffin instead. Pumax gives us something that looks like Mecha Ridley with a little like Krang belly on it. But that's interesting. Zombie Mech Wyvern. That's a good name for a metal band. And after that we have DA Victor KL28. A few basic designs. This one's kind of more like a liney shape, but also feels like a dragon and not a griffin. So that's kind of closer to doing like a lion and a dragon combined. And after that we have Ruli Tasho, anthropomorphic amphibious Cryptoclydus quadruped. I read all those descriptions perfectly. And 2Porp, I think I've seen that name before. A few different designs, nothing drastically different. If I was you, I might feel like I have to push each design a little bit to stand out with a unique design concept. But then again, sometimes it's good to just do minor changes like you did. Kind of explore the minor options that go around in each design. And here is something by Thomas Ng. Thomas Ng. This thing looks very, I don't know, ancient and old and wise, and he's got a very personified face. So that's always interesting. I feel like he'd be able to talk to us and tell us a story and give us advice on how to live our lives. And Erica H has a basic dragon for us with some color swatches going on. Sometimes it's good to just swatch the colors on the creature itself if you can do it in a simple and tasteful way. Qualish has like something that looks like a little insect dragon thing. Dragonfly, possibly. Not quite the normal dragonfly, but it looks like a dragonfly. Fly dragon, we'll call it. And Mark got no clue what to write. That's fine. You just have to draw. It looks like you went with a good concept design approach of taking one design and then modifying it to create a couple different ones. Always a good approach. Always enjoy that. We're back with E flat once again. This one looks more dragony, more personality here. I'm sorry I didn't put these in order, E flat. They're kind of all over the place. And here is something by Sarah P with a little smiley face. That's always nice. I like the little smiley face. That's friendly. Looks like he's about to eat this poor little shark who probably never hurt a fly. Poor baby shark. He's just swimming around being happy, and he's about to be eaten by a giant sea dragon. And here are some very serpent-like designs by Drawing Code. This one kind of looks like a king cobra, or this one kind of too has like a standing cobra-y stance to it. This one might be slightly more centipede-like, but some very serpenty dragons going on here. E flat once again, 6 and 7. It looks like 7's about to die. Poor guy. He looks like he hasn't eaten in years. Here are some muscular looking dragons by Fenris. And after that we have Martinas with some dragons here. I like the striping that he put on this one and gives it a nice effect. Makes him look extra stylish and cool. And we have Shirzad Max with a few different designs. And Creech, I can't say that name. Creech? Yeah, looks like 7 different designs going on this page. Some interesting ones. The wings here are pretty crazy. Multiple wings everywhere. The Biowar, I think that's what that says. Weird ideas going on. Here's another koi lionfish. I think we actually saw a koi dragon, but I like the coloring you brought on this one. And a dragonfly again. It was dragonfly. We've actually seen that before. But this is a seal penguin? Is that what that says? A penguin themed dragon. Definitely haven't seen that one before, so that's a new one. And after that, we have a couple designs, couple silhouettes by Ghost Town. Kind of nice little outline going on there. Very Loch Nessy? I don't know. Very dragony. And a bat dragon. Once again, we have bat dragons. Bat dragon by Lemon Muncher. Muncher? I'm going to say Lemon Muncher. Uses vibrations and wings to tell where it is. And after that we have E flat. Oh wow, you went with number 10, and you even colored this one. So E flat, you get the award for effort, and you definitely submitted a lot of work. So good job on that. It's always nice to put forward the extra effort and get a lot of stuff done. So that's an interesting one. A little riding dragon, kind of a small riding dragon, but that's good. And, oh, I'm sorry, here, I guess we're not done with you. E flat, number 8, I guess we missed number 8. But here it is, this multiple-headed dragon. So it looks like you just got a whole portfolio built in one weekend, basically. So that's good for you. And finally, we have Sean McLean with some very abstract-looking dragony designs. Somewhat traditional in the designs themselves, but, you know, nice-looking nonetheless. So I think that's about it. My voice is slowly dying and it's in pain, so I'm going to stop talking, and feel free to vote on whichever designs you like the most. You can talk about the designs and why you like certain ideas and why you don't, and eventually I will get back with part 3 where we make some kind of illustration. So thanks for watching and have fun with it.